the first one is the demo is, or the external module is capture save time. And so I don't know if you guys have experienced this or noticed it, but REDCap doesn't save the date time when a record is created, like by default. I mean, it does in the database in like, some obscure table that you guys can't access. We can always find it somehow. But unless you put a field in your project that has a default of like today, that value won't be saved. So if you ever want to know when a record was saved, you would have to put something in to create it as a field. But that could be overwritten anytime you run it, because if you have an action tag of today, it'll update sometimes with the value depending on how you have it set. So what this capture save time does is it allows you to create a field that saves your date and time depending on when you want to capture that. So I've enabled it here. It's really easy to configure. So if you want to have an email address, you could have REDCap email you something anytime there's an error with capturing the time. You would set the instrument that you want to, so you'd create a field in the instrument, and then you would tell it which field you want to save it as. And I've created a date time saved field, and you tell it which instrument. And then you can even have branching logic. I have it marked here that I want this value to be filled in when the record is saved. You could also have it when it's marked as complete. You have quite a few options here. So if you want it to capture when it's save and return later, when they've gone to the next page, previous page, any of these that you want to set, you were limited to one option for every field. But if you had multiple fields, like if you wanted to capture all these, you could create multiple fields, and you would just set them up separately here. So I would click plus, and I would just duplicate it, and I would say capture save time again, and I would put my new field here, and then if I wanted this to be complete, I would add that. But I only have one. I just want to mark it when it's saved. And then I also have the option of saving the first time, capturing the time when it was saved the first time, or updating it and capturing it anytime it's saved. So it would overwrite every time it was saved with the new value. So right now I just want it to be saved the first time I save it. So if I save this and I go to my record here, I just have a simple form. Let me add a new record. And all it is just, a couple fields. And it's recommended that you put the action tag read only for this field. That way nobody can go in and change it. If it's something you don't want somebody to see on a survey, you could have the hidden survey action tag, or if it's something you just want to keep track of but you don't even care to see it, you just want the data stored, you could even use the @hidden action tag and you won't even see this field. So when I hit save and stay, it automatically will populate with the date and time that I've saved it as. And it'll save whatever value, whatever validation you have here, that's how it saves it. So if I just had the date, it would save it as a date. If I had seconds, hours, minutes, seconds as well, it would save all that. So it just formats it based on how your field is set up.